to start it with. So, man, we all love Nicki Minaj, right? Some don't like Nicki Minaj, but I think she is a pioneer in the rap game. Obviously, you have people like Missy Elliott and Faith Evans and people like that. But Nicki Minaj is a legend. She has to be respected, and every time that she drops, she goes crazy. But more recently, she decided to put out a music video. And you guys know the formula for Nicki Minaj's videos is to show the most exposure possible. Now, you have to understand something. When people are watching these videos, a lot of the audience is children. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I don't think it's necessarily okay to solicit those type of videos to, children. Even if it gets you a lot of views, children shouldn't be able to see it. So one of the head-ups of YouTube age restricted her video, and she basically had a huge backlash against YouTube, and she was calling them out for doing that. But in the video, you have a bunch of women shaking their buns and doing all these crazy type of things. Kids don't need to see that. There should be an age restriction. So I just want to go to show you guys, I just want to say all that to say this, that you got to think about people's motives when they come out against certain things like this. Like, why wouldn't you want there to be an age restriction? That is actually a proactive thing going forward, that instead of seeing all these rap videos and stuff like that with tons of violence and crazy things like that, there should be an age restriction, because kids need to be kids. You don't want to expose little girls to that, or little boys. You're growing them up faster than they need to grow up. You need to let them have an experience, man. I look at a lot of the youth now and I'm like, dude, they don't play with toys. They listen to the craziest music. I was listening to Kids Bop back then. I was like, don't get me wrong, I heard music with cuss words and stuff, but if my mom or my father saw me watching a video with a girl shaking, I got in trouble because I wasn't supposed to be exposed to that at a young age. So, I mean, you can do what you want with your kids, man, but there should be age restriction on videos like that. I mean, even the corn sites, they have age restriction. They make sure that you're a certain age. Guys, there has to be a balance here. Otherwise, the children... honestly, when you think, in my opinion, when you think that certain things like that shouldn't exist, I start to wonder where your morality lies. I'm starting to wonder if the moral compass got spun around to the south, because it doesn't make sense. Why would you want children to be exposed to that? So Nicki Minaj, you the queen, you know what I'm saying, you legendary in rap, but I'm sorry, I'm going to have to disagree with you on this one. You need to make age-appropriate videos if you want the children to see you. No one wants to see a 40-year-old woman up on screen shaking her buns. I'm going to just be honest with you. Nobody wants to see that, especially the children. You might have grandpas and uncles and dads and stuff that want to see that, but we don't need children to see that. They don't need to be exposed to you. So get mad and stay mad, but I'm supporting YouTube in this decision. But it doesn't need to just be towards exposure. It needs to be towards weapon violence, all types of stuff. It doesn't need to just be pinned on girls for exposing themselves. It needs to be pinned on these guys too. This drill rap and dissing the deceased homies and stuff. There needs to be checks and balances to all of that. So I'm completely with YouTube in that direction, and I think it's a positive direction going forward. Now, guys, make sure that you all leave a comment right now, because I'm going to spend the next few minutes responding to everybody's comments. And then after that, I'm going to go ahead and conclude this live and come back with episode number 3. Uno, dos, tres. Media giving neck. If it's for a check, hey, I might break a sweat. Yeah. Money corrupts. Kids are the prime revenue. And by the way, to the new people, make sure that you tap the follow and the bell button so that you can join the family. We're getting bigger and bigger. And once this live restarts, if you're not following, there's no way that you'll ever find me again. So make sure you tap the follow button. Money corrupts. Kids are the prime revenue, and she must feel they took her out of her pocket. Well, they took out of her pocket, but man, every dollar isn't a good dollar. If you get the dollar by the destruction of your people, is it worth it? That's what I'm saying. The moral compass has been spun around. Shout out to Jessica for the follow. Welcome to the family. Nice. Hey, what's up, CC? Peaceful. Good evening. Okay, so I didn't get a lot of feedback on this one, so that means that you guys were really just listening to what I'm saying. So now I'm going to ask you guys, I want to see everybody that feels comfortable commenting, how do you guys feel about it? Do you feel like Nicki Minaj is in the right for, that she's in the right for bashing YouTube, or that she's in the wrong because children should be abstained from seeing things like that? There should be some type of extra layer of confirmation before children are just exposed to certain things. Like, for instance, I don't think any kid should be able to just open Netflix and go watch the Jeffrey Show. Like, I think that there should be a disclaimer. Kids shouldn't be exposed to that. There should be like a certain code that you have to type in, or there has to be extra layers of security. Otherwise, kids are going to find out themselves. Kids are as curious as cats, guys. Let's think about it. We all started wondering how this was made and how this was accomplished. We started wondering all these things. Like all the YouTube videos that I put out, I literally have to, if I say a single cuss word, I have to make sure that I put it's not made for kids. Otherwise, if I don't put it's not made for kids, and then they detect that it has cuss words, I can get my YouTube taken down. But because you have millions and billions of dollars, you can go against the community guidelines? No, guys. We can't selectively pick and choose when we want to assign rules to certain people, and then the people down here, the rules all count. No, I do not mess with the selective distribution of rules. No, we don't do that. We're all playing by the same rules. And if we're not, let us know so we can stop having this facade that we all have equal opportunity, because it's not true. If certain people get to bypass the laws, we do not have equal opportunity. No. So just tell us, expose yourself, take off the mask and show us who you really are. But sorry, Nicki, I ain't with you on this one. Now let me read this. I don't think YouTube was in the wrong, but Nicki should have put R-rated restrictions. Yeah, she should have did that. Kids shouldn't see a lot of things that go on nowadays, but it's hard to shield them from that. Yeah, I mean, it might be hard for you to shield them from it, but these big platforms, they have a lot of money. If they don't want certain people to see stuff, they can do it. They have a lot of money. They might as well use their money for some good. They might as well use their money for some good. My brother watched The Jeffrey Show, and they should have put a code like, yeah, because The Jeffrey Show is crazy, man. I usually binge watch shows. I haven't been able to finish that show yet, man, because I fall asleep like through the episodes because I'd just be so flabbergasted at what's going on the screen. And the fact that people are, like, some people actually, not only are they, like, enjoying it for education, but they're enjoying it like they want a season 2. Like, they want a brand new season with the same character, with things that didn't happen as if they happened. We don't give glory to this person. This is to spread awareness. Nicki should have put the age restriction herself, to be honest. I also think it sort of lies on the parents. Yeah, but you got to understand. You can say it lies on the parents, but let's be real. We all go through things. Some families separate because the person that they had a child with, they might have fell out of love with them, or it doesn't work, because just because you have a child with someone doesn't mean you have to stay with them. So to say that they separate, and now the mother has to work three jobs just to pay rent in a low class house or a middle class house, or whatever the case may be, and she has to work 3 jobs. Do you think that she has the time to be home with those children and making sure that they're not watching this and watching that? No. And yes, it's her fault. It's because it's her responsibility. She laid down and had the children. But at the end of the day, we have to have empathy for people. We have to have empathy and understanding that stuff happens. No one's perfect. We all go through crazy stuff. And we don't have the luxury of being around our youth all the time, unfortunately, because, you're either caught in the corporate workforce or there's just something going on, that unfortunately, the way that the world is right now, you have to slave away to earn a living. So they don't have time to be near the youth all the time. How's there going to be a season 2? It's real. But that's what I'm saying, though. Some people want there to be a season 2 with things that never happened, but just a continuation of the story. Like, they want it to be like, oh, say he didn't get caught, say he didn't. And they want it to be a continuation. Why are we even having these type of thoughts about someone like this? They did horrific things. When Hollywood gets involved, sometimes it can get real dark. So with the song, what Heartbreak Film. Bro, nobody talking about no music in here. Get up out of here with that. Unfortunately, even if she puts a warning like this, kids are going to see it, if that's real and want to see it. Yeah, kids are going to see what they want to see at the end of the day, but you cannot blame YouTube for age restricting it. People are always going to go through loopholes and go to certain extents, but at least they have to go through loopholes. Don't make it easy for them where they can just click on it and watch it. Make them have to go through some mental hula hoops. That way, when people try to blame you for seeing the content, you can be like, no, we put age restrictions. We did our part, but a lot of times these companies don't do their part. I don't think that YouTube is in the wrong, but Nicki should. Oh, you already said that. Hey, what's your favorite song? Yo, David, if you ask me about one more song while I'm not talking about a song, I'm going to get you out of here. It's not a harmful question, but it's the fact that I already told you to be quiet and you asked me about my favorite song. We can talk about that in another live, fam. Hey, appreciate you for the 22 roses. Much love. Jules still going crazy with the roses. Let's go. Hey, but I'm about to end the live. I'm going to come back for the 3rd episode. So, guys, I'll be right back. And if you haven't already, tap the follow and the bell button. But, yeah, I hope you live as long as you want and never want as long as you live. I am with you on this one, Nicki. Peace.